Are we ready for some football? I can't carry the note quite like Hank Stram, but I'm not going to torture everybody with my awful singing voice. The 2019 NFL playoffs are here. This weekend, it's Wildcard weekend. Today, the AFC teams go at it. Coming up, it's the Buffalo Bills taking on the Houston Texans. And of course, NFL Network and everybody, football hungry nerds and fanatics, talking about the last time a Buffalo Houston team met up, the great comeback of 1992, when Frank Reich, who we all remember was once the Eagles' offensive coordinator when they won the Super Bowl, was the backup quarterback to Jim Kelly and the Bills, and led them from behind to stun Warren Moon and the Houston Oilers, and eventually make a run to Super Bowl 27, and we know what all happened. They got creamed by Dallas. But anyway, that's in the past. Now we have the Houston Texans, who have yet to really make any kind of a... I don't know, this decade's been rather good for Texan football. So, let's see if maybe the Texans can close the second decade chapter of their team and maybe make a run to the AFC Championship. But I think it's safe to say that Buffalo is the obvious fan favorite. I know I'm pulling for the Bills. I mean, what the heck? I mean, I don't have anything against either team. It doesn't matter to me who wins today. But if I had to pick, I'd say maybe the Texans. But I don't know. The Texans just don't give me a strong vibe. I mean, I'm not going to go into details with numbers and statistics. We know J.J. Watt's playing, but I have no injury report in front of me. In fact, I got nothing in front of me. I'm just going buying what I have heard and what I have seen all season. And all I know is that the Texans can be upset today. Now, the Buffalo Bills, their weakness is offense. Not enough pizzazz. Their running back Singletary's been making a lot of noise toward the end. Josh Allen's been a steady quarterback. Once he gets running, watch out. I mean, everybody talks about Lamar Jackson. Nobody talks about Josh Allen. This guy's a good scrambling QB, right up there with Fran Tarkington and Steve Young. Oh, look at the Houston fans in the background. Now, those are real Texas football fans, not those... that other team in Big D. Nope. Well, we got the Bills being led by Josh Allen coming out of the locker room. I am rooting for the Buffalo Bills, but I think the Houston Texans are going to win it. But I'm not sold on that pick. Like I said, the Texans have been up and down all season. In fact, that whole AFC South division was probably just a tad better than the NFC East. That ain't saying much. So, I picked the Texans to win, but I'm rooting for the Buffalo Bills. Partially, I don't really want to see Buffalo win, because then that would mean they would go to... Well, it would depend on what happens with the New England and Tennessee game. I mean, if the Patriots win, like everybody's expecting, then Buffalo would go to Baltimore. And unfortunately, I like the Ravens, too. The only team I really hate in the AFC bracket is New England. And it's like, I'm just sick of the Patriots. You know, it's the 2000s all over again. And it's funny, from like 2010 to maybe 2014, I was kind of a Tom Brady fan. It was like watching him and Belichick rebuild after the Giants knocked them off in Super Bowl 42, and when Brady came back from his ACL tear in 2008, seeing him kind of slump in 2009, and from 2010 up to now was pretty much kicking butt. But now, of course, you know, you all know, you can say what you want. They're back to their old habits, getting caught, cheating, whatever, blah, 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 blah. All I know is that, you know, Bill Belichick and the Patriots are a... By the way, that's my sister in the background. Hi, Becky.
Hi.
She's watching Big Brother here make a fool out of himself. So, anyway, well, the game's about getting ready close to kickoff, so I'm trying to not spend too much time on this. Rooting for the Bills, but I think the Texans are going to win. Yes, Houston got J.J. Watt back, but he's going to be pretty rusty. The Bills' defense could be the difference in the game, depending on how they disrupt that Houston offense. I will say this. If it's a close game, advantage Buffalo. If Houston gets out to a big lead, maybe say like by 2 scores, might be hard for Buffalo. They're not a come-from-behind team. On to the AFC primetime game. Tennessee at New England. Mike Vrabel versus his old head coach. Now, the Tennessee Titans are the definition of a wild card team because this whole season they were up and down, left from right, side to side, didn't know if they were coming or going. I mean, I myself did not see this team making the playoffs by like midweek because they were a disaster. I mean, holy crap. Now, when the Titans play good football, they play good football. It's astounding. Like, I would say when the Titans play good football, they're good enough to win the Super Bowl, honestly. But when they're not on key, they are bad. Like, they are bad. Like, I'm trying to think what team to compare them to bad. How about, like, I was going to say the 2000 Giants, but that's kind of harsh. They weren't that bad.
Don't say that.
Yeah. So, obviously, like the rest of the nation outside of Foxborough, I'm cheering for Tennessee. Do I think the Patriots will win? Well, of course. It's Tom Brady, it's Bill Belichick, and now, the weather might be in their favor too. Of course, it's the Patriots. Everybody's like jumping off that Patriot high horse saying, oh, look how rusty Tom Brady is in his old age. Oh, the Patriots are nothing fancy to watch this year. Didn't we hear the same boatload of crap last year? And look what happened. And you gotta love Tom Brady with his Twitter thing like, we're still here. Shut up, Tom. You got 6 Super Bowl reigns. You guys are not an You're the defending champs in this postseason. You are not an underdog. You're an evil empire that everybody has just grown tired of. And I apologize for the lighting. I don't know what the heck's going on here. Like, 1 minute it's bright, the next minute it's going dim. I don't understand it one bit. I mean, I don't know how much more lights I can have on. Anywho, so yeah, my picks are, I think New England and Houston will win, but I'm rooting for Buffalo and Tennessee. Does that sound accurate like the rest of America? I bet it is. Do the Titans have a prayer? Yes, they most definitely can beat the Patriots. Like I said, when the Titans are playing good football, they could win the Super Bowl. The Patriots are just the Patriots. What do I have to say? Oh, they don't have Gronk. Well, so what? They still make it work. Somehow or other, they just make it work. I don't care who's on that team. It's all Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
I do.
Bless you. As long as they do their thing, the
I
team
do.
is fine.
I do.
There you go. So, there we go. That's going to do it for my AFC portion of the Wildcard weekend. I just want to show off my division championship hoodie. Although it's, 2 years old. This was 2017 when the Eagles won the division. But I don't care. They still won it again. Dallas, I knew you'd beat Dallas and fall all over yourselves when it really mattered. It's funny. When I went on my rant several weeks ago when the Eagles lost to Miami, I knew damn well they'd make me eat my words. They went on a 4-game win streak against the division, pulled it off against Dallas. I mean, granted, yes, the NFC East was terrible this year, but the Eagles, man, they are a resilient bunch. You gotta give Doug Peterson his props. The Eagles are a resilient bunch. They are tight as a team. It's the next man up. And that's why I feel confident saying my Eagles will stun the Seahawks. Now, will I be surprised if they lose? Well, of course not. It's a crapshoot. Now, everything in life's a crapshoot. You think you know, but you don't really know. The Seahawks have kind of been, I don't know, kind of limping their way down the stretch. Nothing like they were when they started the season. They brought back beast mode, but, he only had one game in, so I feel like he could be the difference against maybe that Eagles defense if he becomes beast mode of old. If the Eagles can't slow down Russell Wilson, they're going to be in trouble. Carson Wentz needs to keep playing like Carson Wentz. The Philadelphia fans need to get off his back. I mean, the Eagles are still depleted. Zach Ertz ain't going to be 100% tomorrow. They're expecting him to play, but don't hold your breath. But you know what? They keep defying everybody. So why not one more time? Knock off Seattle for me. And unfortunately, they would go to San Francisco. Well, maybe. Depends on what happens with the Saints and the Vikings. Speaking of which, New Orleans. That's my pick in the NFC. Now, could it be close? Of course it could. Could the Saints blow them out? I expect so. Do I see Minnesota blowing out New Orleans at home? Absolutely not, but it could still happen. You never know. You just never know. On paper, it should be all New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees has been a beast this year. The Saints offense, the Saints defense, pretty much picking right up where they left off last year. Trying to get back to the Super Bowl. Of course, they have to take into account the guys in the stripes. Those are the difference makers for the entire postseason. Like, who the ref's going to be paid off to screw who over? That should be what we all take bets on. But yeah, I think the Saints should blow out Minnesota. I mean, I'm trying to remember, who's the quarterback for the Vikings? Kirk Cousins? He's a good quarterback, then that's just about it. I forget, what's the status on Dalvin Cook? Will he be playing? I don't know. If he's playing, that kind of gives Minnesota a better edge. Are they going to have all their weapons on the receiving core? Adam Thielen? I don't know. The only thing that's going to save Minnesota is their defense. That's about it. But Drew Brees is a beast. So, yeah, I just don't see it. Saints should win this game. Downright, hands out. And there you go. Those are my amateurish picks with no sheets in front of me, no numbers, no stats, just completely random. I'm rooting for Titans, Bills, my Eagles, and the Saints. Which means the Eagles would go to San Francisco. Yeesh. I would go further throughout the whole playoff run, but you know what? I'll wait and see what happens after Wildcard weekend. So hopefully Monday I'll find time to give my recap on the Wildcard weekend. And if my Eagles are still alive, kudos. If not, I might be disheveled and drunk and depressed. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's a miracle they even are in the playoffs. All right. Oh, yeah, by the way, does everybody like the commercials in the background? I don't even know what the heck we're looking at here. It's some type of automobile commercial. What are we looking at here? Is this Ford? Yeah, I was right. It was Ford. Built Ford proud. Ha ha. Now what are we watching? Oh, it's a Coors Light commercial. I will admit, the way it started off, I thought it was going to be a commercial about women's shoes. It's like, yeah, why not?
Brian,
Yes, Beck.
where did he go?
I don't know, folks. My sister disappeared. She was right there in front of me. I don't know where she went.
Boo!
Oh, she scared me. You silly Becky. All right. I think we are finally getting ready. I think I'm just gonna stay on here until we get to kickoff time. Oh crap! Hank Williams is playing. Where's the thingy? Yeah, I gotta listen to Hank Williams. Woo! I love Hank Williams. Woo! Are you ready for some football?
Yeah.
Woo! Playoffs! Woo! The Bills make me want to shout, woo!
The NFL's 100th season was a football path that had outrageous twists and turns. And now it'll be just one precious playoff game at a time. Survive and advance. The Bills and the Texans.
Let's go, Buffalo! Let's go, Buffalo! Bam, 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 bam! The Bills make me want to shout, woo!
Concerns today. Amy Fairbairn to open up the NFL playoffs. And it goes for a touchback.
Oh, that's so lame!